everyone, and welcome to the Buzz Studio W, the Buzz, your global radio network. Hey, we circle this thing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with the finest in broadcasting anywhere you can find around the globe. Now it's time for the Boomerang Radio Show. Oh, I see my main man there, Mike Ward. Hey, Mike.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, check to see if we're live on Facebook, if you will.
I will do that right now.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for that. And in the meantime, let me address the audience. Hey, guys, make sure you tune in to the Buzz 24/7. We do a lot of great things: music, talk, sports, comedy, entertainment, and a whole lot more. Now, how do you reach us? You can go to the website, and I ask that you please download studiow.buzz. Studiow.buzz. What do you say, Mike?
I forgot to mute my other computer. Yeah, you're live on Facebook right now. We both are.
Oh, outstanding, outstanding. You know, I had an issue earlier today. The station kept cutting off and on and off and on. And I said, wow, what's going on, you know? And you're a lot more tech savvy than I am, but I figured it out. I had to go behind the system and turn on the main broadcast. It was on remote. I didn't switch it to remote. I don't know. Maybe it's AI that switched it.
You know, I lost earlier today for about an hour. I lost all my cell signal out here in the hills of Redlands. And I know that Dr. Sims is having issues with getting internet as well. So it's been on again, off again. So I don't know if it's nefarious in its nature or it's just, you know, people not doing their job or the system isn't being kept up correctly. I don't know. I can speculate, but.
Yeah, I can too. It was DEI, Mike.
Well, I've been telling you for months now how bad DEI is.
Ah, boy, I'm glad you walked into that trap because you couldn't be further. You could not be further from the truth. And I'm going to.
We'll see.
Well, guess what? Yeah. Oh, let me ask you a question before I do this. What is your issue with DEI? Now, it stands for diversity. Are you against diversity?
I'm against one segment of the population, regardless of who they are, being favored at the expense of others. Would you not disagree that it's wrong to give other people privileges and then take away privileges from others?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree with that, and that's why.
Okay, then we're done with DEI.
No, I haven't done. That's why you should wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's why you should be more upset with this new administration. People are being fired because they are not white.
Have you looked at his administration? Have you looked at his administration?
Oh, this one? It's a complete disaster.
Really? You have women. You have different religions. You have former Democrats on his committees.
Those aren't his committees. That's in the Congress. That's not his.
I'm sorry, I said it wrong.
He has
in his circle of his people that he's put in charge. Those people. How much more diverse could you be?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm definitely serious.
How many black people did he pick for his cabinet?
I'd have to look. I don't know.
Check it out.
How many women did he pick in high power positions?
Yeah, and look at the intelligence of those women that he picked. They are
brilliant. Have you seen the way they've been slaying the Democrats and all the left wingers? They've just been putting them in their place and burning them at the stake. It's been unbelievably how I am absolutely serious. And again, I'm going to say it. I'm not a Trump fan, but what he's put together is people that are going after the corruption and are finding massive corruption.
Corruption is in that very White House you're talking about. They just gave Mayor Eric Adams, who happens to be a black man, a pass when he was up on charges. Why did they do that? Why did that? And that's against the law.
Would you like my opinion on that?
If you let me finish mine.
Go ahead, but give me room to talk.
Hold it. You have all the time you want. Okay, but what I'm saying is Eric Adams. Now he's a black man. Okay, but he should not have been given a pass. Donald Trump himself, convicted felon, And I guess you probably, and I'm surprised at you for a
That
former
was all
law.
BS. That was all politically motivated
No,
stuff.
that was not.
Are you gonna
Mike,
go through 6 or 7 items before you let me speak, or
uh,
can we just do one
I,
at a time?
I think you want. I think I'm just giving you a list of things that's going on here. You
Well,
can
let's
jump.
do one at a let's do one
Okay,
at a time because I'm not
Eric
taking notes
Adams.
over here.
Eric Adams. He was charged with corruption
Perfect.
and a lot of different things. So let me ask you a question because it was a quid pro quo. The
Do I
reason
get
why
to
we
talk?
let him off. Now Eric Adams was a Democrat. He
Do I
was a
get to talk?
Democrat. However, if you let me finish, Mike, come on, dude. All right.
Maybe.
Let me finish, brother. I'm gonna pass the baton to you. You can talk all you want, but let me finish what I'm about to say. I cannot finish if you keep interrupting. What I'm saying is they brought him up on some serious charges. And the reason why they let him off because he made a deal to allow them for ICE to come into his city unimpeded, okay, and to ship out people and deport people. And some people are citizens of the United States. And that's a quid pro quo. You can't do that. Trump, okay, now go ahead, and then I'm going to jump back in a second because
Well,
I
thank
give
you
you
for
a
letting
list
me.
of
Thank you for
criminals.
letting me say something on this before you go to the next topic. Stick to one thing at a time so I can properly answer you.
Answer that, please.
Eric Adams, you're going to be shocked by this one. Eric Adams should be tried and probably put in jail for what he did. And this quid pro quo is wrong. And I don't care if it comes from the Dem side or the Republican side. When you're doing favors to keep people out of jail, it's wrong. If you do an illegal act, you should be properly tried by your peers, and if convicted, you should go to jail.
Okay.
So don't get me on Eric Adams. He apparently, allegedly, has committed those crimes, and to give him a pass, I would say the same thing if Biden did, and this is wrong. So how's that, William?
Well, guess what? You mentioned Biden, but you didn't mention Trump. You didn't mention Trump. Now, no. You said you don't.
I just said I'm not a fan of Trump.
That's not the same thing, Mike. That's not the same thing. By saying I'm not a fan of Trump.
If Trump, okay, let me say it very clearly. If Trump has given Eric Adams a pass on this for exchange for other things, it's wrong.
Okay.
On Trump's part, it'd be wrong on Biden's part. If you were the president, it'd be wrong on your part.
You're exactly right. Now,
well, thank you.
Trump was convicted on 91 felony charges. Okay. He was convicted on 34 of them. But see, what happened, he manipulated the court so that they couldn't even bring up the rest of them. All right. And now, are you going to tell me that all of those charges, okay, were trumped up when you know that he stole documents? Now, I know you're going to say, well, Biden took documents and Pence took documents. You know the difference is they gave them back and they didn't even lie about it. That's why they weren't brought up on charges. Man, the guy, look at all the stuff that he had done, twice impeached. All right. He didn't get convicted because of that Senate. The Republican Senate would not convict him. Come on, let's be fair. Eric Adams was guilty and he shouldn't be let off on charges. Trump let him off. It was a quid pro quo. They even had it on Fox where they had Eric Adams, and it was also not the Attorney General.
I already agreed with you on this, William. Why are you beating it up? We already agree that it's wrong.
Yeah, and Trump is wrong too. But you seem to give him a pass sometimes, Mike, and I don't understand that.
You wanted to answer that one?
Yeah, please.
All of that was politically motivated, but by Biden and the rest of his crew. That was all garbage, and it's in every single of one of those court cases has almost all been dismissed except the one, and he has not been convicted as a felon.
He has
because he's never been sentenced. You're not convicted until you're sentenced.
He's
never been sentenced, and the reason he has been sentenced and it's all going to go away is because this was all bogus garbage brought up by the extreme left to try to keep him from being in the position he's currently in. They tried to deface him as much as they possibly could before the election. And you know what? It failed. And it failed miserably. You know why? Because the American people saw through it and they realized it for the garbage that it was. It was all a political witch hunt, and you damn well know it was.
I do not know that.
They didn't go. They went after him for stuff that they tried to get him for crimes that no one else has ever been put up on charges for. It was all garbage.
That's baloney, Mike.
That's your opinion.
I know it is a fact. And I'm going to tell you something that you can look
Why
up.
isn't he in jail?
You know why? Because he manipulated the system. He
Oh,
and
sure he
Elon
did.
Musk. No, let me finish.
He wasn't even in charge
not,
at the time. He wasn't
was
president at the
charged.
time.
Mike, I didn't interrupt you,
He
brother.
wasn't in charge, not charged. He wasn't in charge as president at the time.
Oh, wait, that
So
doesn't
they could have easily put him in jail, but you know why? They didn't, because everyone knew that it was bogus.
No, and you're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong. Because the Democrats had a weak attorney general, okay, that was in charge of the DOJ, Eric Garland, spineless. Mike, they had him dead to rights. Okay,
why is he in jail?
Rights. Yes, they did. No, he manipulated
the
system. Mike, do you know who was the judge in Florida? Eileen Cannon. She gave him that victory there. She gave it to him. Okay, because she
followed the law.
She did not follow the law. Mike, do you know that the district court down there said that she did not follow the law? She did not.
So you found a couple of left-wingers down there to agree with you.
From. I don't know where you get your information from, but you are, Mike.
I listen to everything. And that's why I know the Eric Adams thing is wrong, because I do listen to everything.
Guess what? Well, how come Eric Adams should be prosecuted and Trump shouldn't? Is it because he's a black man?
No, because Eric Adams committed real crimes. He didn't commit political crimes.
God. Have you had your head in the sand? Have you had your head?
I've actually looked through. I've looked through all the cases are bogus. They're crap.
Mike,
they're garbage.
They're not bogus, Mike. When you steal secrets, government secrets, that's a crime. That's a crime.
Can I make a point here?
Would you agree that's a crime when you steal classified documents from government?
You're doing left-wing talking points. He didn't steal anything.
Left-wing, that's a fact.
He was the president. He could
No, he cannot.
Can I finish? He could
By even thinking about it, that's a dumb excuse he said. He said, I can declassify just if I thought about it. What kind of sense does that make?
As president, unlike Biden when he was a senator, and unlike Biden when he was not the president, he had no ability to declassify those documents. Trump did, and he kept them in a storage facility where the Secret Service is at. Are you kidding me?
He did not declassify them, Mike.
How do you know?
I know because.
How do you know? Because the left wing told you so. Because the zealots on the left told you so.
It's been reported worldwide that he never declassified the documents, Mike.
By the left. It's been reported by the left loonies.
No, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you know what? Because Fox News and the outlets that you listen to, they don't pay attention, and they are a shill. I mean,
I listen to CNN. I listen to MSNBC. I listen to all of them. And I make up my own mind.
Well, guess what? Then you need to get more information, Mike. He did not declassify those documents.
How do you know?
Well, it's been widely debunked that he did. Widely.
By the left. The left is speculating.
Nope.
Yes.
George Conway, he's a Republican. Okay? You look at look at that outlet that I absolutely love these cats. They put out, and they are all Republicans, and they were telling you the corruption that this man was doing. His niece said, if the first time when he was in, America has just elected the most dangerous man in the world. That's his niece. His nephew or her son said the same thing when he cut off insurance for the man's son that could die, which is a fact. And let me tell you something else, Mike. Going back into the 70s, he was convicted in courts for discrimination because he would not rent to black people. Are you going to deny that too? Was that made up?
I haven't looked at that case.
I've been telling you over and over again. Why don't you look it up?
I'll have to look it up. Now, can I say something?
How about the Central Park Five? Five black men that Donald Trump spent thousands and thousands of dollars, put out a full-page article and said these men need to be executed, and they were innocent. What about that?
That's
Go
wrong.
ahead. You can say anything you want because I got plenty, brother.
No, I'm saying that's wrong. If he did that, then it's wrong.
He did it. He did it. That is an absolute fact. Okay? And everybody, look at the Supreme Court that he packed. Clarence Thomas, is that an angel there?
You mean like the Democrats tried to pack it over and over again?
They did they?
Yes.
Let's talk about what's fact. I don't know. When you come up with all these crazy things, I've never heard. I've heard about the Democrats that saying, or people saying, well, the Democrats needed to pack the court. He put in 3 Supreme Court judges.
The Democrats want to expand the Supreme Court so they can pack it with the lefty
They should. They should.
Oh, okay, so that they get their way, so they don't hold their breath and stomp their feet because they don't get their way. Can I ask you, you've been talking, let me ask you a question. If Trump is so bad, Orange Man so bad, and he committed all these crimes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, crimes, if he committed all these crimes, and I'm on the side of what he's doing because you say I'm a right-wing conspiracy nut or something. If he did all these crimes and he's so horrible, are you telling me that more than half of America can't see through the garbage? More than half of America voted for him after he's so horrible and should be in jail. Why did the people of America see through this thinly veiled garbage? Why did they see through it and vote him into office? You know why? Because they're tired of the lefty loonies and they're tired of being ripped off by all these people that are taking money and they've got all these they're in everyone else's pocket. You can't buy Trump and you can't buy Elon Musk because they don't need your money. That's why they're free to say. That's why they're free to say and do what they want to say and do because they're not bought off like all the lefty loonies are.
Are you crazy?
Tell me why more than half of America voted him in office. He's so horrible. Such a horrible
that is not true either. That is not true.
Oh, really?
Half of America did not. Nope. That's not true. He didn't get 50% of the vote. Okay.
So now you're an election denier. You don't believe the election was true and accurate? So you're an election denier now.
I haven't even gotten there yet. But let's get back to your point. Half of America did not vote for him.
More than half of America.
No, that's not true. Look it up.
Yes, he did.
He got more than Kamala Harris got. But he did not get 50% of the vote. Now I'm gonna tell you something else, because you had RFK Jr., you had a Cornel West, and who was that other woman that was in there too? They took away votes from Kamala Harris. And also, let me just
How did they take away votes?
Man,
look, they take away votes. They just went in there and magically erased them.
Cornel West ran as an independent. Okay, RFK Jr. ran as an independent, and there was one other woman that ran as an independent. They took away votes. Trump was in the 40 percentile. He got more than Kamala Harris. I'll admit that. Now, tell me why 3.5 million Kamala Harris voters were purged from the doggone voting list. Tell me about that, Mike.
Well, I don't.
3.5 million. I know it.
You tell me.
Well, I already told you. 3.5 million. But no. They had you know how they do. Let me tell you something. What happens also, the corruption is deeper than you already know. You have gerrymandering throughout the cities of the United States. You know what that means? That you're going to block off a lot of black voters that would have voted maybe Democrat. Okay, but you put them in a different district because gerrymandering is real. It is absolutely real. They've been rigging this thing for a long.
So this was not a free and fair election. So you're an election denier.
That's right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. No, look it up. I want you to look it up, Mike. Don't take my word for it. 3.5 million United States citizens were purged from the voting roll. 3.5 million.
Because some lefty organization said so. So it's a fact because some organization said so.
Because it is true.
It says who?
I looked it up.
The lefty loonies.
No, there's no left. Well, then you must be far right.
Therefore, it must be true.
And then you also must be okay with Elon Musk being the real president. You must be okay with that. And why is Elon Musk in the White House?
I don't see president next to his name.
Well, it don't
I
have
see
to
him
be.
working. I see him working with and for our
Oh
current
no, no,
president,
no.
and him finding
It's-
tremendous corruption that was
He is
part of the
not finding.
lefties.
He's not finding a damn thing.
Are you kidding me? It's a
I am
fact. Look
serious.
it up. It's
My-
a fact. Look it up. I'm going to throw it back on you.
He's not
Look it
finding
up.
anything. Well, let me ask you this:
Billions and billions of dollars
let me tell you, Mike.
of fraud.
Fraud. He's not
Billions.
finding anything. Well, are you saying USAID was a fraud?
Yep. They should be dismantled. They shouldn't even exist.
No. Because
horrible organization.
Because you heard Fox say so.
Horrible organization.
No, it was not, Mike.
Did you look into what they're doing, what they're spending our tax dollars on? Did you look and see what they're spending our tax dollars on?
On what?
Did you look at one item?
Are you going to tell me
one item?
Oh, I'm going to give you one item they're spending it on. Farmers. Do you know USAID went to farmers right now that are regretting their vote? Did you know that? No, you didn't.
I'm talking about the corruption. I'm talking about the wingnut stuff they're spending money on.
The fish
spending money for drag shows and for sex changes on other nations and stuff, rather than taking care of the American people. They're spending goofy money on goofy things. That's our tax dollars they're spending on stupid stuff.
They're lying to you.
And you're mad at Elon Musk because he found out the corruption. You found out about the waste. You're mad at him because he found out about the waste?
No, I'm not mad. Well, guess what? The fish stinks at the head. Well, what about the thing about this? Elon Musk has billions and billions of dollars of contracts with the United States. Are you okay with that?
Are you seeing what he's doing with those contracts? He's flying rocket ships. He's flying rocket ships when rocket ships when anyone else can't do it. He's willing to send a ship to go rescue the ones on the international space station.
How come they're still stuck up there then?
How come they loved him when he was a Democrat and building electric cars, but now he's still doing the same thing, but now they hate him because he's Republican?
No.
They hate him because he's Republican. It has nothing to do with what he's been doing. All the good things he's been doing in this world.
Head out of the sand.
It's not in the sand.
Head out of the sand. Please, Mike. He just secured a $400 billion, $400 million contract to sell electric cars to the government.
That was done under Biden. Oh, you forgot about that.
No,
you forgot about that. That contract occurred under Biden. You conveniently forgot that fact. You conveniently left that out. That was a Biden project, buddy.
It's still wrong.
Biden.
Well, guess what? He didn't back Biden, did he?
Look it up.
You look it up. He did not back Biden, did he? He went with Trump. And he gave, tell you what, he gave Trump $250 million to his campaign.
Because he believed in him.
He bought the damn campaign, Mike.
He believed in him.
And he owns X. He can put out all kinds of, and he has done it.
He can put out real information now instead of redacting information.
Every
so
day.
Now that he's putting out both sides, now you hate him because he's actually being transparent. He's actually letting people have free speech. Imagine that. Free speech. Oh, that's terrible. We can't have free speech because people might actually find out what's going on.
It's free speech. No, not from him. Because he'll tell you what he wants you to know.
He's letting everything go on X.
Now, are you okay? Are you okay?
He's not redacting anybody. He's not keeping people from speaking freely.
Now, are you okay with Doge and they going on and having your personal information, your social security number, your banking information, and they got 19 and 20-year-olds that's doing that?
The government already has it. The government already has all that. And the 19 and 20-year-olds you're talking about, these people are brilliant.
Mike, you're making no sense at all. You mean to tell me that you're okay with 19 and 20-year-olds having access to your personal information, your banking information? Are you okay with that?
Yes, under these circumstances.
Really? Oh, Mike, man, look, I am not. And you look at the entire cabinet.
It's amazing that these 19 and 20-year-olds are the ones that are finding all the waste.
You have the nerve to talk about DEI, and you have idiots in there running this doggone thing. And you can start with the top.
How do you know they're idiots?
Donald Trump is not.
What have they done? They found corruption. Oh, they're idiots because they found corruption.
Mike.
They're
No,
idiots
no.
because
They're throwing
are
you.
you out of your mind? Have you not even
know, are
been
you out
watching
of
the
yours?
mainstream
Have you-
media?
have you lost
Mainstream
your
media is
mind?
even having to report how much they found in
They
waste.
haven't found a damn
Mainstream
thing, Mike.
media is actually talking about it.
No, you just keep putting it on the media. Those are white ring talking points, Mike. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, they were fine when they were doing the lefties' job.
Oh,
You were fine with the media
really?
then, but now the media's been forced to actually
No,
have to suck it up
absolutely
and
not.
actually report the real news
Absolutely
rather than the
not.
lefties' news.
No.
So you're upset because now they have to tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Imagine that.
And hey, Mike, how much are your eggs now?
And whose fault is that?
Gasoline. Is gasoline going up? How about eggs? Are they going up?
And
How about
whose
that?
fault is that?
Oh, well, guess what? The man who is occupying the White House is any president from day one.
So,
No, let me finish. Any president from
Hurry up.
day one, Mike, stop interrupting. Any president from day one, when he takes over that job, it's on him. It's on him.
so you're saying
I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. It's on the president day one. And he told the world, when he stepped in the office on day one, the prices are going to go down. Didn't he tell you that? Didn't he tell you on day one that when he comes in, when he occupies the White House, the war in Ukraine is going to stop? Didn't he tell you that?
Can I speak?
I'd like an answer to my question.
I'd like to be able to speak.
You can, but can you answer my question?
I am.
Thank you.
I'm going to answer your question with a little bit of reality, which seems to be failing on you.
I'm feeling. Really?
See, you won't even let me talk.
Mike, you
won't even let me talk.
You talking now? I hear silence.
Do I have your permission to speak now?
Do we have a delay or something? Because I asked.
No, I'm trying to wait for you to quit interrupting me.
I'm not interrupting. Mike. Okay.
You're interrupting right now.
Let's put it like this.
See, now you're going to keep talking, and why am I here if you're not going to let me talk?
I've been waiting for you to talk.
No, you keep interrupting me. Are you trying to tell me that Trump is responsible for all the avian flu, all the bird flu that has killed millions upon millions of chickens that lay eggs? He's responsible because there's an outbreak of the avian flu, and that's why there's a shortage of chicken and a shortage of eggs. But he's somehow responsible. He created the avian flu. Mm-hmm. Is that you're going to stand on that mountaintop and yell that it's all his fault? Really? What world do you live in, William?
Well, may I speak now? Is that okay with you, Mike? He did not cause the Asian flu.
Avian, bird flu.
Okay.
Not Asian, avian.
Well, whatever.
Bird.
Yeah, the bird flu. Let's break it down. He did not cause the bird flu. No, he did not. Absolutely not. Neither did Biden. But you guys always want to throw things on Biden. Now, let's go back in history a little bit.
Biden caused the shortage of gasoline because he shut down all the pipelines and wouldn't allow new drilling, shut down the Keystone Pipeline. That's direct result of what Biden's decisions were when he signed executive orders to kill off the Keystone Pipeline and restrict new drilling for oil. That's a direct result of his actions. So don't give me this abstract, he's not responsible because he really didn't have a hand in it, so he's really not responsible. No, his hands were all over the lack of energy production, so he's gonna have to wear that one.
No. What does that have to do with the bird flu? Yeah. What does that have to do with the bird flu?
I just made the point. Okay, well, you asked me a question. Let me answer. You're trying to correlate Trump not being responsible for the avian flu that's killed off billions of birds and egg-laying capabilities. Mm-hmm. You're trying to say that Trump had his hand in that. I'm telling you, Biden, and let me finish. I'm telling you, Biden had his hand in the reduction of oil production here in America, and that's what shot up the gas prices. So there's a direct connection between Biden and the lack of oil production in this country. There is no direct connection between Trump and the avian flu that killed off millions and billions of birds. You can't make that connection.
I didn't make what did Biden have?
That's what you're doing. You're saying it's the same. It's not the same.
No,
Biden
no.
was directly responsible. Trump is not directly responsible.
Why? You know, Mike. I'm coming to the conclusion. I think you voted for the man. I really do. I really do, because you are not dealing in reality. We're talking about the bird flu, and you done jumped over the gas. I thought you wanted to keep it.
You asked me about egg prices. You asked about egg prices, and I gave you a direct answer.
What does energy have to do with egg prices?
You asked me about egg prices and energy, and I just gave you the answer for both. The egg prices are up because of the bird flu. The petroleum products are still at a deficit because Trump hasn't been able to gear up more oil production because he's only been in office for what? A little over a month?
I don't care.
You want him to solve 4 years of problems within a month? Wow, that seems really fair, William. That sounds really fair.
It is fair, because I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, 1 month versus 4 years of reckless.
Yeah, well, look at what he did first. Look at what he did the first 4 years, Mike. The first 4 years, what he left Biden was a disaster.
Really? My gas prices were extremely low. My food prices were extremely low.
Really?
People who were able to buy houses was very, very viable. So yeah, he left a huge mess. He left the country in really good order, and the people remember from 4 years, his 4 years versus the disastrous 4 years of Biden. And you know why? And know what happened because of that? They voted him back in office because they vote with their pocketbook, and they realized how much better it was under Trump than it was for the 4-year disaster called Biden.
No, it was not,
and that's why they voted him back into office.
They voted him back because they are stupid.
Oh, more than half the people in America are stupid.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, absolutely. And it's recorded.
Maybe you should declare yourself the president and just you can declare yourself the exalted ruler of the American public.
I tell you what, it would be a whole lot better than it is right now. I will tell you what,
William, I'm gonna give you that one. If you were our president, I think things would be pretty damn good.
Thank you. But I'm gonna tell you something.
And I mean that honestly, because I know your heart, and I know you're a good man. I know you're misled many times by some of the goofball stuff that the lefty loonies say. But I'm not a lefty. I'm not a righty. I'm right in the middle here, and I will pick and choose, just like I did with Eric Adams. What they're doing with Eric Adams, based on what I know so far, is wrong, and I'll call it out every time.
That's right.
Can you say the same when it comes to the right?
I can. If they are right, I will call it out. And I agreed from the beginning. I pointed out Eric Adams, and I said, no, he should not have been let off. That was a quid pro quo. But you want?
Well, I'm not sure he's. I don't think he's off the hook yet.
Well,
I hope he's not.
Well, guess what? I hope he's not either. But see, what you are denying, Mike, is the fact that Trump is a crook, and you making every excuse. Trump took charges, Mike. Nobody.
This is no excuse. Biden's a crook too. They're politicians. They're liars, cheats, thieves, and whores. They all are. And you seem shocked by that. How can you be shocked?
I didn't say that. I don't agree that Biden's a crook. I don't agree with that.
Oh, please.
Maybe hold it.
Why do they refer to it as a Biden crime family?
Hold it. His son broke the law. Okay, and I agree with that. You don't have any proof. You have no proof that Biden broke the law. None.
Go look at the video where he made a deal with the Ukraine to fire the prosecutor to protect his son. He withheld money, and it's on tape, him saying it. Oh, and then half an hour later, look what happened. They fired the prosecutor to protect his son. So don't give me that quid pro quo.
No, that wasn't a quid pro quo. I'm gonna tell you why.
Hell, it wasn't,
Mike. Because they all
on video.
Knew, Mike.
He's bragging. He was bragging about being able to get the prosecutor fired in Ukraine.
Hey, Mike.
And he withheld money to do so.
Every leader, every world leader, said that prosecutor should have been fired because the prosecutor was corrupt. Did you know that?
That prosecutor
was corrupt.
Okay. That prosecutor was going after the corruption.
No, he was not.
And Biden helped get. But he was going after the corruption of Burisma, which is the board. Let me finish. He's going after the corruption of Burisma, where Biden's son was on the board because of his knowledge of natural gas and products. The only gas that you got into Biden's is what's coming out of their rear ends. Yeah,
well, guess what?
Got the one prosecutor that was going after corruption, and Biden helped get him fired by withholding funds to Ukraine.
The world,
look it up.
You look it up because I know what I'm talking about.
I watched the video. I watched the video. I know exactly what he said.
All the world leaders wanted him prosecuted because he was corrupt. The prosecutor was corrupt, and Biden did what he was supposed to do in that situation.
Oh, threatened to withhold money to protect his son. Threatened to withhold money to protect Burisma, where his son was on the board.
Well, guess what?
Wow, that sounds really fair.
Let me ask you a question. Did Trump withhold money trying to bribe Zelensky? Did that happen, Mike?
You have to give me more to go on. What are you referring to?
Oh, no. He was, are you serious right now? He was impeached for that. He told Zelensky he wanted to make a deal with Ukraine if Ukraine would pull up dirt on Joe and Hunter Biden. Okay? And that was a quid pro quo. I mean, he was convicted. No, he wasn't convicted in the Senate, but the Congress found him guilty. That's why he was impeached. Mike, what you mean you need more to go on?
I didn't know what you were referring to. Now that I know what you're referring to, his impeachment was a farce once again.
Oh,
if it's such a strong case, why wasn't he removed from office through the impeachment process?
Because you had a.
They had the House. They had the House. They had the White House and the House of Representatives.
Hey, Mike,
why wasn't he removed from office?
Hey, Mike, because he wasn't convicted by the Senate. The House.
Oh, imagine that. He wasn't convicted.
No.
I wonder why.
Because the Senate had the majority, and they were right wing. That's why he was found guilty in the House. That's how it got to the Senate.
Didn't have the majority.
It would not have gone to the Senate.
The Senate did not have the majority.
Mike. No.
The Democrats had the majority in the Senate, and they had the tiebreaker. They had the tiebreaker with Kamala Harris.
Mike,
that's how divided it was. They had both the House, the White House, and the Senate.
No.
That's why Kamala Harris was the dividing vote on many things.
No.
It was a deciding vote.
Okay. The point is,
they had all three, and they still couldn't do it. Why? Because it was bogus.
It was not bogus. Everybody in the world knew what he did. They have to.
Well, then why was he not removed from office? It was so clear, and everybody could look in their crystal ball and say, this is clear. He needs to be removed from office," and yet they didn't do it.
They didn't do it. He was found guilty. Let me answer. He was found guilty in the House, but the Senate, Mitch McConnell, would not cast the vote to have him impeached. I don't know what happened as far as the
Dems had their Senate. They had the majority.
It was not a 50-50. It wasn't 50-50 at the time. Nope. It was not 50-50.
I didn't say it. I said the Dems had the numbers over the Republicans.
No, they did not have the vote. They didn't have the majority.
What was the split?
I don't know what the split is. You look it up. Okay.
It was 48-52 or 40-51.
I don't know.
But the Dems had all three.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
They did not have the Senate. They had the White House and they had the House. They did not have the Senate. They did not. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in there. We wouldn't even have this problem. But Mike, I don't understand. He is not a smart man. He is not a smart man. And the decisions that he's been making so far it's going to harm the United States. Look at
I guess time's going to tell. We can have this conversation in 4 years.
I tell you what, and you're going to say, William, you were right.
If you were, then I'll follow my sword. Absolutely. But right now, all I see is him doing some pretty magnificent things. And again, I'm not a Trump fan.
Well, you act like it.
Well, he's doing good things. I'm going on his actions.
He's not doing good things.
I'm not doing it on his personality. I'm making decisions based on his actions. Right now, his actions are magnificent. He's opening the books on everything so people can actually see with transparency what the government's been doing for years.
The only thing I'm going to agree with,
and that's
they are not magnificent. They're the dumbest decisions in the world. Mike, they have alienated our allies, alienated and kissed up, okay, Putin, Kim Jong-un, and
They're not
Xi.
our allies. They're not our allies.
No, I'm saying who he's kissing up to. But they are, look, you are not looking at
how's
how
he kissing up to him when he says, I'm going to tariff everything that you tariff us? I'm going to do it in response.
he's not putting in tariffs on Russia.
He's doing tit for tat. He's doing what's
He's
fair.
not-
If you're going
he's
to do
not-
it to us, then America's going to do it back to you. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being fair?
He started this. He talked about putting tariffs on Canada and Mexico. What have they done to us?
Good.
Why?
Because they've been tariffing us unfairly. They've been taking advantage of the American people. American people have to pay more for their goods because of their tariffs. Oh, so it's okay for Mexico and Canada to do tariffs on the U.S., but it's not fair to do the opposite to them?
No, but guess what?
Living in?
Where's your proof? Because they did not put tariffs on us. They
Yes,
have
they
not
both
put tariffs on. No, they Mike. Come on.
They take advantage of America.
I can't allow you to put misinformation on air. That's not fair to our audience. Okay, if you back it up with some facts, give me something. Google whatever you need to do, Mike. But that's not true. That is not true because
the world's been taking advantage.
No, I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
Taking advantage of America for a very long time. It's time that America stand up for itself and say, "No more. We're going to do this fairly." And if you don't want to play, then you're not going to play in our game. That's it. It's either going to be fair and equal, or you're not playing. And I'm all for it.
Hey, Mike,
and we should be manufacturing all those things here. We should have those jobs here in America for people doing those manufactured jobs rather than paying other countries to do those jobs that could be done right here in America.
Mike, you jumping all over the place. The point that I'm getting at is that Mexico and Canada did not have tariffs on us because it was a trilateral trading agreement between Mexico, the United States, and Canada. They did not
taken advantage of us for a very long time.
Mike, they did not put tariffs on us. That's a lie, Mike. That's a lie. We were trilateral trading partners. Okay? And for you thinking, well, Trump is doing magnificent things, tell me why farmers are talking about losing their farms. Why are so many white women talking about, oh, he screwed me? Okay? Why are so many people that supported him? Okay? And I'm not only talking about white folks. I'm talking about some black people. Okay? I'm talking about people from Mexico. Okay? Because they thought they were safe. I'm talking about foreigners that aren't white. They're being deported right now, and they wonder why they screwed them. You don't understand what's really going on. Prices are going up. So, tell me this. Why are prices going up? Now, when Biden was in there, okay, inflation got up to almost 9%. When he left the office, it was less than 2. It was like 2.4. Now, inflation is going back up. Why is that? I'm going to tell you why. Because, see, when Obama was in office, he left Trump a really, really nice economy. Are you doubting that?
Holy smokes, are you out of your mind? How can you say that with a straight face?
Oh, Mike, come on. Obama left Trump a great economy. He didn't create that. Well, why are you going to give him credit? Mike, it was not a mess.
And Biden didn't leave it, by the way. Biden couldn't crack an egg and make himself an omelet if he had to. He was left by the people that were puppets to
that's a lie. That's a lie.
Well, I tell you what, running the country.
I tell you what, if President Obama was so bad, he wouldn't have been elected twice.
Obama?
That's right. He left Trump a great economy. When Obama stepped into office, I know this. I remember, and just before he got elected, I didn't even know he would. George Bush, Republican, had left this company in shambles. I mean, everything, housing, we talking about energy. It was just a complete mess, okay? When he got in office, Mitch McConnell says, we're going to shoot down everything this man wants to do, even if it's in the best interest of the country. That's a fact. But he got a lot of things going on.
And what did Biden do? Did the same
thing. Don't
thing.
No, don't try to switch subjects. I'm on Obama right now. I'm trying to get you to understand something. The mess that President Obama had to clean up, I mean, it's just crazy. Okay.
Well, you're not going to get me to defend Bush.
Well, good, because President Obama was the only one that was able, only president through the history of the United States that was able to get a health plan for the United States. Okay,
A really crappy one, by the way.
it's not, Mike. Are you on that health plan?
It's horrible.
Are you on that health plan?
I'm on, at this point in my life, I'm on Medicare.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm old. I'm not as old as you, but I'm old like you.
Well, yeah. Okay, you act older. The point that I'm getting at is, do you know that Trump he's threatening Medicare right now, which we paid for?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
Talking.
Mike,
yes, it
Mike,
is. He's not going to touch Social Security. He's not going to touch Medicare.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
I pray
those are all the lefties, loonies.
You don't understand what's going on.
Trying to get people to believe he's going to do that. And so those are lies. Those are outright, blatant lies. He's already told everybody he's not touching Social Security.
If it's a lie, he told it.
Those are lies of the left.
Mike, if it's a lie, he told it.
That's all. The sky is falling. We're all going to. Where?
If it's a lie, he said, well, we're going to look at Medicare. You know what he means when he's talking about, I'm going to look at something? That means he has a plan. And see, you don't understand the bottom line, what's going on here. He's trying to find a way to
find waste. To find waste?
No. He's not trying to find any waste.
Really? He's already found a bunch.
Right. If he's
already found a bunch of waste.
Right. He hasn't found jack. Okay.
You're kidding me, William.
You almost made me drop a bad word.
Billions of dollars in waste they've already found. He's already been in office for a month.
Mike,
billions of dollars.
Mike, are you serious? Are you okay with him spending $15 million to go to the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't say that's prudent.
You find it waste? I think $15 million could go to something like children eating, which they're trying to take that away.
I agree. I agree.
Did
he need to go to the Super Bowl? I'm gonna line with you here on this one. Did he need to go? No, he didn't.
No.
You know, if he wanted to call Uber and go to the Super Bowl, I'm all good with that. But because he's president of the United States, he requires all this entourage to go, and I don't think it's a good expenditure for him just to show up at the Super Bowl. He could have sat home in his underwear and watched it on a big screen.
Now you're making sense. So
imagine that.
Mike, they're not trying to find corruption. Let me tell you what they're trying to find.
They already found, they've already succeeded. Is the word you're looking for. Succeeded in finding the corruption.
You have not succeeded in anything.
Please.
Mike, you don't understand what's happening. You really don't. You got Pete Hetzel, okay, a drunk, accused rapist, okay, talking about we need to get rid of DEI in the military.
Get rid of it.
That's what he said.
Yeah, get rid of it. DEI is a horrible concept.
Mike, you don't know what DEI is. No.
I know what the word stand for, but I also know how it's being implemented. I know what the words stand for, William. You don't have to explain the words to me. I know what the words mean. But it's been implemented because it favors some sections of the population of America and it disfavors other people in the population. And that is wrong. That is the epitome of discrimination. You have no idea
what you're talking about. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to prove to you that you are wrong today. Okay. Are you trying to say because I'm not white, I don't deserve a job?
You deserve that job that you're qualified to do.
Okay. Now, how in the world can I get an interview to get that job if I'm not allowed a damn interview?
You go through the interview process like everywhere else. Name me one company or an entity that doesn't allow everybody to, if there's job availability that says you're black, so you can't apply. Tell me one. Tell me one. Tell me one, William. Tell me one.
United States military, right now.
Blacks aren't allowed in the U.S. military?
Well,
really?
No. Pete Hetzel,
all the black people in the military are going to be shocked by that.
Well, guess what? They aren't anymore because since this clown took over the head of the military, he says we're getting rid of all DEI initiatives.
Good.
How you, Mike? That means if I'm a black person in the military, I can't even apply for that promotion. That's what that means.
That's ridiculous, William.
What you talking
That's
about?
absolutely ridiculous.
No, Mike.
So you're telling me that the military has, are you telling me that the military has a rule that if you're black, you can't apply for higher positions within the military?
Well,
are you actually going to stand on that?
Yep, I'm going to stand on
it. Are you out of your mind?
Yes, I am. No, yes, I am.
Show me in the writings that we're in the military where it says you can't apply when you're black.
I've got so much stuff to pull up for this show.
Or Mexican or any other race.
No. That's right. He says Mike, DEI. See, what you don't understand, that
DEI is,
that acronym has been bastardized, and I'm gonna tell you why. Everybody wants you to think that DEI is bad. That means that if I walk in a job and a white guy walk in a job, I'm gonna get the job because I'm black. That's not what it means. That's not what it means at all.
But that's what's occurring.
But that's you're wrong, Mike.
In the name of social justice, that's what's occurring.
Mike, I know what I'm talking about, and you don't. That doesn't mean that.
That's you.
No, I know. Yep, I'm saying it. Mike, DEI simply means that we're going to hire the best person. And the only way to get the best person is to have, I'm going to have a Mexican, I'm going to have an Indian, I'm going to have a white, I'm going to take all these people and interview all of it, and I'm going to hire the best person. That's what DEI means, Mike.
That's what already exists. If a job's available, you can go apply.
Mike, you don't understand.
You're telling me that I can apply for jobs that you can't. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yep. Depends on where you go.
Which entity tells me that I can apply but you can't? Tell me one. Give me one entity, William. One in the government or in the private sector. Name one entity that says I can apply but you can't.
There's a ton of them. Walmart and all these other places right now. That's getting rid of their DEI initiatives. Now that doesn't mean. Now I'm not talking about the guys and gals that push the carts or ring the cash register or whatever it is. I'm talking about upper level management positions. Mike, you have never been discriminated against in your life. I have. I know what this means. I
actually have.
No, you have not.
Yeah, I have.
Give me an example, Mike. When were you discriminated against?
I was discriminated against when I was trying to apply for the sheriff's department many moons ago.
Did you work for the sheriff's department?
No.
You did.
When I originally applied, I was turned down because I was white.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, Mike, I was.
Well, how did you?
Because they were trying to, because of affirmative action.
I don't believe that.
Because of affirmative action, they were trying to balance the scale, so to speak, so that they had equal numbers of minorities to an equal number of whites and so on. So I was discriminated against.
And how did that work out? How did that work out?
Turned down.
How did that work out? Because I'm gonna tell you something, Mike. Then I guarantee you, the sheriff's department you just retired from, I guarantee you, 80% of them are white. Am I wrong?
You know what? I'd have to look at the numbers to be honest.
You're supposed to know this.
There's a great diversity within the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. Yes, there is.
I have not. Now you told me one about a black friend that you had there, and you spoke highly of this gentleman. And I know that you weren't just saying,
I didn't speak highly of him because he was black. I spoke highly of him because he was good.
But you mentioned to me that he was a black gentleman, didn't you? Did you not?
Probably, but what's the vein of the conversation you and I were having? We were probably talking about something like this.
I've been out with you, and I met a bunch.
Because I wouldn't say he's my black friend. That's bullshit. I wouldn't do it.
Okay, well, hey, Mike. Well, I'm your friend, and I understand that. That's why I can have this conversation with you, and you're man enough to take it, and I'm man enough to take it. And we don't have and I'll tell you something. I think it tells you something about us and what the way people should communicate. I don't have to agree with you just because you're my friend. You don't have to agree with me. But I'm gonna tell you, come with your receipts. And I'm telling you right now, and you know for a fact.
I just gave you a receipt.
Okay, give me one. What is the majority of whites in the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department? Give me a rough idea. 50, 60, 70, 80?
This is really rough. So I'm just spitballing it here. I would say you're talking white men and women, right?
Yeah.
Whites to other. I'm going to say probably 65%.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Now you work
Right.
there, and I could be wrong. I don't believe it because I've been out with you, and I met a bunch of gentlemen from the sheriff's department, and they were all fantastic.
Hmm.
They were all white. I know when we were together, it was like maybe about 10, 15 of them there. They were all white. I've run into sheriff. I used to meet them at I not meet them, but I would find them at the convenience store, and we would stop and have a conversation. It was great. I visited you at the sheriff's department, and I ran to a few people, and they were fantastic people. I didn't see one black person.
My office at headquarters, my last position there, was probably more non-white than any positions I've ever held. It was mostly black, Hispanic, and Asian, and whites were the minority in my last position at headquarters.
And let me ask you a question. But your non-white fellow officers, would you say the minority, so-called, I hate the word minority because I'm not a minority, okay? Would you say they were qualified to do the job?
Every one of them. Every one of them.
You
Supremely qualified.
You just proved my point.
And they had rank too. So they weren't just line deputies. They had people that had stripes on their sleeves or bars on their collars. So they were everything from corporals to sergeants to lieutenants to captains.
And when you looked at them, you just looked at them as a person. Not that they were a black person or a Mexican person, Puerto Rican, whatever it was. Because I know you. Okay? So what I'm saying to you is DEI simply means that we're going to look at all of the candidates, okay, and we're going to pick one. And if white man or woman is more qualified than the black man or woman or Puerto Rican, whatever it is, the white guys are going to get the job. Okay?
That's not true.
Mike, I think it is because you just
want you to believe.
No, hold on, Mike. You just admitted because I know there was a time when the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department didn't have any minorities in it.
Of course, that's true for many things. When you look back in history,
getting that, Mike.
Yeah,
because they were denied so-called minority people were denied even an interview. This is what you're not getting.
Oh, they interviewed him. They just didn't hire him.
This is what you're not, Mike.
I get it, William. I'm agreeing with you. Yes, it used to happen, and as years have gone by, it's become like. Do you know that the undersheriff, which is the number 2 position in the sheriff's department, you got the sheriff followed by the undersheriff.
Okay.
His name is Horace Boatwright.
All right.
Every bit as black as you.
Good.
He's the second guy in charge of the department.
Good. So what's the problem?
He's not DEI hire. He's there because he's qualified.
Yes, he was a DEI hire. And I'm going to tell you why. See, you guys look at DEI as a bad thing. DEI is a great thing.
It's a bad thing. Bad.
Mike,
you're separating people. You're dividing.
No, that's baloney. That's baloney. Mike, I don't know how to get this through your head, man. You don't understand. There were a time when we were denied even an interview.
I agree with you in the past that that's true.
Well, then you have to go along with DEI then. That's all it means. It doesn't mean I got the job because I'm black. It means that I got the job because I was the best. That's what that means. I don't know how to make that more clear to you. I really don't. Now,
it's been misused.
Mike, you are no. See, it is a white trope talking point, okay, which is garbage. Now, I'm gonna read something for you.
Why are all these companies getting rid of their DEI? DEI was an experiment that failed so miserably that almost all the companies and entities are refusing to use it anymore because it failed so miserably. And all you got is a couple of hanger-oners that go, no, we're so woke, we're going to hang on to DEI, even though it failed.
And you know what? It did not fail. It did not fail. I'm going to prove you.
Why'd they get rid of it then?
Well, because they were pressured to get rid of it. They were pressured. Donald Trump, they didn't talk about getting rid of DEI until Trump came on board. And he's saying that we're going to get rid of DEI. Okay? And all of his stooges are saying we're going to get rid of DEI. These companies didn't do this.
So Trump single-handedly, he destroyed all DEI because Trump said so. No, and the rest of the world, the rest of America went along with it?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
You want us to believe that?
Oh, not the rest of the world, because
rest of America.
You know what? Europe, and I hope we keep these allies. Europe saying that, hey, they're laughing at us, Mike,
because of DEI.
Oh yeah, they are laughing
at DEI because they think it's ridiculous to separate people by their color.
He's talking about
or by their religion.
He's talking about taking over Canada as a 51st state. Do you think Canada wants to be part of the United States? Hell no. He's talking about occupying Greenland. They don't want part of this. They say hell no.
Canada wants to remain Canadian. I guarantee you that.
That's right. And Greenland wants to stay where they are.
Wants to stay Greenland for the most part.
They want to stay right there. So what is he talking about? He's talking about taking over. He's talking about taking over Gaza. Okay, and leveling the place so he can have resorts there, and wants to move out 2 million Palestinians. That's their land. Now Hamas is
a whole dispute.
Now, hold on. Hamas
that's
is
in dispute of whose land it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
you're going to get an argument.
No. It is not. It is not. They were
the
there
wars over
first.
the Middle East have been ridiculous
first, Mike.
Hundreds of years.
No. It's not Trump's.
It's my land. It's your land. It's our land. It's their land. It's back and forth and back and forth. And that's why there are never-ending wars.
You know what? Let me tell you a fact. This land was stolen. The Native Americans owned this land.
Yeah.
It was stolen. Are we going to try to repeat the same damn thing? Now, you go over there. What in the world and how is us taking over Gaza going to help the price of eggs? Okay.
Well, number one, they don't have
everything. And I'm going to
tell you. Ask the question. Let me answer it. They have nothing to do with each other.
Why not?
Because they don't. Eggs don't come from Gaza.
Well, but that's not what I'm saying. Why doesn't he focus on the things that Americans need right now? We need lower prices. He's not.
He is.
No, Mike. No, hell, Mike, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. Because I'm telling you something. If you were right, then egg prices would be going down. They wouldn't be going up. Gas prices would be going down.
He's got no control over the bird flu. You're blaming him because there's an outbreak of avian flu.
So what?
You can't blame him for that?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Try.
Because he's the president of the United States, and
so he controls bird flu.
No. The job comes with responsibility, and he told you 4 years ago he's not responsible for anything that goes wrong.
He's not responsible for bird flu.
Yeah, well, hell, you know what? And Biden is responsible for COVID, which caused, and along with Trump, prices to go up either.
Neither one of them are responsible for that. But Biden was responsible for energy prices skyrocketing because of his personal decision to stop oil production. His personal decision. He's personally responsible. He is personally responsible. He signed executive orders killing off the Keystone Pipeline and further drilling. He owns that. He owns it.
Guess what? Keystone Pipeline, but guess what? There was more drilling done under Biden than any other administration, and that's why gas prices came down.
No.
It is, Mike.
Come down. They come down by very small margins.
Down, Mike.
Gas was 3.25 out here where I was before Biden, and now it's still up in the high fours. It's almost $5 a gallon, depending on where you go out here. The gas prices are still very high because of
guess what?
Because of the price.
Don't talk about the pipeline when there's more drilling that was done under Biden than any other president.
He stopped further drilling. He stopped further production, and that's why the prices skyrocketed along with
Keystone Pipeline. He stopped the Keystone Pipeline, but he did not stop drilling in the United States. I don't know where you
stopped
get.
any
I have
further.
no idea where
He
you get
stopped
your
any
information.
further drilling. He stopped
didn't-
new drilling.
Mike, no.
Yes, he stopped new drilling,
No.
and he killed off
No,
Keystone
no,
Pipeline,
no.
and gas shot up immediately.
You have
And it's
no
still
idea,
close to $5 a
Mike.
gallon where I'm
And,
at.
and I don't know why you keep defending this crook. I don't know
I'm
why.
just stating facts. I'm not
Well, you're not
defending
saying
anybody. I'm saying
facts.
here's the
You did
facts.
not-
This is
you
what
did
it
not-
was, and this is what it is. That's all I'm stating is facts. The gas was $3.25. Now it's $5.
Well, guess what?
That's a fact.
Trump is a president. That's a fact. So
Yeah. So for a month,
I don't care.
he's supposed to
No,
automatically wave his magic wand and
Yep, that's right.
stop the bird flu and create all
Yep.
kinds of gas drilling that
Absolutely.
takes time to gear up to do. So now he's
Absolutely.
responsible in 30 days or more. He's supposed to accomplish all that the 4 years of reckless goofball
It wasn't
decisions made by
reckless.
Biden and his
Oh, Mike.
goofball staff.
Mike, why are you so wrong? There were more jobs created under Biden. Would you agree with that?
No, I wouldn't agree.
Oh, Mike, 16 million jobs created under Biden, and Trump lost jobs. You wouldn't agree with it? That
want
means
an
you're
answer?
not reading. You're not
want an
paying
answer?
attention. That's
Do you
a
want an
fact.
answer? Do you want an answer?
That's a fact, Mike.
Do you want an answer?
How you going to deny the truth, Mike?
Okay, it's a fact. Do you want an answer?
Yeah, I do.
Those jobs created were people coming back from COVID, getting
Nope.
their jobs back after COVID killed off their jobs. So he's not
Mhm.
responsible for people returning to work.
You know what? Hey, Mike, that's not true. He
it
lost
is.
jobs.
Look
He
it up.
lost jobs under his
Look it up.
administration. You look it up. I'm not looking up a damn thing. You look it
Yeah,
up.
I noticed.
I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you already know what the
And
left wing talking points are.
you're spewing white ring talking points, and you guys are dead wrong. Mike, stay
No, I'm
off
talking
of-
truth.
No,
I'm
stay off
talking
of
truth,
Fox.
not white
Would you
truth
please-
or black truth.
would
I'm
you
talking
please
truth.
stay off of Fox and Joe Rogan.
Okay, here's the truth. Gas was $3.25. Now it's almost $5 a gallon, and that's a fact. That's not black fact or white fact or anything else. That is a fact. I'm talking
don't care
facts.
what
I'm
color
not
the
talking
fact
about
is.
racial stuff at all.
No,
This is ridiculous.
You know, oil has nothing to do with the race. I guess you could call that DEI too. Okay. The point is, everybody wants to blame anything that goes on wrong in this country on DEI. Trump, when we had those devastating
They're not
plane
blaming
crashes-
everything.
Well, hold on. Yes, he
They're
is.
not blaming everything. They're just saying it's a really bad idea, and that's why all these corporations got rid of it.
No, all these corporations didn't. No,
Yes, they did. Almost all,
no.
except for the woke ones.
Now, let me ask you a question. According to research from Kinsey and other studies, companies with strong diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI initiatives are generally considered to be more profitable. I've been telling you this for weeks.
Considered.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Actually,
I'm not done, Mike.
Considered to be.
Okay.
Listen to the words you're saying. Considered. Considered by
considered-
whom?
Consider
By the wokies? By the wokies? By the left loonies?
You know what? I am
Considered.
glad
Not
to be
factually.
woke.
Not
Guess what?
factually.
Hey, Mike, do you know what woke means? Like, you don't know what DEI means. Do you know what woke means?
Woke means to be awake to reality, and you should try it.
Woke means that I am awake to point out injustices. That's what woke means. That's the real definition of woke. Look it up. Now,
That's the real definition. But it's been misused. You forgot.
not
Oh,
my
you don't stop.
definition.
Tell the rest of the story. And
It
here's
is
the
not
rest
the
of the
rest of the
story.
story.
It's been misused.
It has
woke
not been
means-
misused.
Woke is used to separate people.
How has being woke, being awake, being aware, being able to point out differences and injustices, what are you talking about?
I'm trying to tell you, but you're not listening.
I know I ain't listening to that garbage.
Woke in its essence is a good thing. To be awake, to be aware of your surroundings,
Well,
to know what's going on, to live in the real world. The way woke is currently being used is to divide and conquer. And if you're not woke, if you don't believe that boys can be girls and girls can be boys, then you're not woke enough.
No, that's not woke.
the
That's not
stupidest
what
thing
woke
I've ever
means.
heard.
Hell no, Mike, you're wrong. That's not woke means. That's not
Yes,
what woke means.
that's how it's currently being used.
Well, I don't care how it's being used.
That's how it's being used.
I don't
See,
care.
once again, you should be woke enough to understand that the term is being misrepresented and misused and been applied. It's being applied as a hammer over people's heads. Because if I don't believe that drag shows should occur in elementary school, then I'm not woke enough. Now tell me that's the real meaning. Tell me that's the real meaning of woke.
You know that doesn't happen. Drag shows are not
me.
Mike, drag shows are not being occurring in elementary
schools. Go to YouTube and watch the videos.
No, guess
what? Go to YouTube and watch the videos.
You've been listening to.
Don't take my word for it. Go look at it.
Your word or anybody's word.
Drag shows at drag shows in military installations. They're having drag shows in military installations. Go look at the videos. If you don't,
you know what? Military installations is different from schools, Mike.
Oh, but they got to be woke. They got to be woke.
No, Mike. Come on. That's a different
term woke has been misused.
If they're having drag shows in military installations,
yeah,
that is far different. I haven't heard of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. They are not doing that in elementary schools.
Go look at the videos,
Mike. I don't care anything. You know what?
They have transgender reading hours.
No. Oh
yes.
I heard
they're doing it at libraries as well. They're having drag shows at libraries where little kids are at.
Really? They are not having drag shows.
Yes.
No.
See, this is why you should open your horizons and start looking at being woke in its real terminology. You should have your eyes open and you should look at everything, not just the leftist lunatic garbage.
Because apparently you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Let me tell you.
I've seen the videos. Have you? I've seen the videos. Have you?
Anything can be doctored.
I've seen the video. Have you?
Yeah, okay. Nope.
So now who's woke?
That's not woke.
I pay attention to everything. You only pay attention to one side.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah, it is.
I will call. Look here. I called out Eric Adams. I called out, who was that senator that had gold bars in his pockets? Menendez. I called him out.
And I agreed with you on that too, didn't I?
Okay, but you put blinders on when it comes to Trump. You put blinders on.
No, I don't. I just agreed with you on Eric Adams.
Guess what? But no, that's Eric Adams. Eric Adams is a black man. But let's talk. But you,
I don't care what color is. If he allegedly created crimes, then he needs to be properly tried in court by his peers. And if he's found guilty, he needs to go to jail.
And Trump should have been in jail.
He shouldn't go to jail because he's black. He should go to jail because he did something wrong. If he did
and Trump shouldn't go to jail because he's white.
If he did something wrong, he should go to jail.
Mike, you've been in law enforcement a long time, over 3 decades. And I'll guarantee you, you may not have agreed with a judge's decision, or let's say you locked up somebody, okay, and the judge let him off. You may not have agreed with that judge, okay, because you were following the law, okay? By the same token, you saw corruption locally, on the state level, and also nationally. Are you trying to tell me that this guy was charged with 91 crimes, convicted? Convicted doesn't mean that you're sentenced yet. If you are convicted, then you have to await sentencing. But you have to look at what happened. On those 34 counts, that sentencing was pushed back, because there was pressure. And you know where those guys, the billionaires, play ball. You might get a phone call in the middle of the night from an anonymous caller. And say, hey, how's the family? You know, everything's okay? You know? You enjoying yourself? It's something like that. And with that, it's intimidating. Some of these people are in fear of their lives. A lot of Republican senators and congressmen right now are afraid to speak up because they're afraid of their lives.
Democrats never did that.
So what?
And the other side never did those things.
I don't know whether they did or not, but I know it's happening now.
So let me ask you a question.
It could have, but I guarantee you, Biden didn't do anything like that. I guarantee you that.
Let me ask a question. You said he was originally charged with 91 crimes.
It dropped down to 88. Convicted on 34.
Okay. out of all those crimes, he hasn't been sentenced to any kind of monetary payback or to go to jail or been put on probation.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. $500,000 to New York State that he hasn't paid yet. Okay.
Let me know how that pans out, will you?
Hold on. $100 million, $93 million to Gene Carroll. He hasn't paid yet. Yes. But you know the guy, look, he still owe a bunch of states' monies that he hasn't paid for when he was campaigning. He doesn't pay his bills. You got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people.
Why isn't he in jail?
That have been gone.
88 crimes. 88 crimes.
But Mike, because
he's not paying restitution, he's not in jail, he's not on probation, none of it. 88 crimes. They can't make one of them stick.
And he was
88 crimes. They can't make one stick.
You know what? They did make it stick, but what happened was that they could not. They had some weak people. Eric Garland.
They were bogus, and that's why they're being appealed. Right. E. Jean Carroll's one that's being appealed, and also the $500 million one is being appealed also because it's garbage. That's why it's under appeal. And Trump's going to win. Like I told you back in January, February last year, I told you that Trump was going to end up being president, not because I like him, because I know the political era, because I'm woke in the traditional sense. I paid attention. So the same thing is true. He's been charged with all those crimes, but didn't go to jail. Why? And all of it's going to be overturned during the appeal. That's my prediction. Every single one of them is going to be overturned.
Well, it could be overturned by the rigged Supreme Court. But
it's all rigged when they don't agree with you.
Are you trying to tell me that Clarence Thomas is an honest broker? Are you telling me that O'Leal is an honest broker? Are you telling me that Kavanaugh is an honest broker when he got up there and said that he was not going to repeal the Abortion Rights Act, and he did it as soon as he could? Are you kidding me? You got 6 Republicans.
I got issues with the Supreme Court too.
Six corrupt Republicans on the Supreme Court.
Because they're Republican, they're corrupt. But if they're liberal, if they're Democrats, they're not corrupt.
I didn't say that.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
I didn't say that. No,
that's what you're implying.
That is not the hell what I'm implying.
That is exactly what you're implying.
I already told you that I thought Eric Adams should have been convicted. I thought that Menendez should be convicted. I agree. If any Democrat or Republican, Mike, you know me better than that. You know me better than that.
You're implying that Republicans are corrupt and that the Democrats are.
Democrat. I don't give a damn whether you're Republican or Democrat. I don't.
Well, you just pointed it out. You just pointed out 6. You just pointed. You said you don't care, but you just pointed out 6, and you called them all corrupt. And you called all 6 of them corrupt.
Are you trying to tell me that Clarence Thomas is an honest broker? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm not defending any of them.
Well, please,
I think, and I'd take it a step further. I think we should have term limits on the Supreme Court.
I agree 1,000,000%. I agree 1,000,000%.
To get me to defend the Supreme Court, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, I don't. You don't. Now,
but I'm not going to call all the Democrats corrupt on the Supreme Court, like you just called all the Republicans corrupt.
Well,
that's not fair, and you know it.
That's right, because the Democrats aren't on the Supreme Court. They aren't. There's only 3 of them, and they are.
Oh, and none of them are corrupt. Isn't that convenient for your argument?
Nope, it's not convenient. Are you telling me
that's convenient for your argument?
Are you telling me about the newest Supreme Court Justice, Natanji Brown Jackson, is corrupt?
See, I have no knowledge of her being corrupt.
Well,
I don't like her decisions, but I'm not calling her corrupt.
Because she is for a diverse community, because she's for right and wrong.
She's for forced.
No, she is not. No, she is not forced to do anything. Forced
diversity.
Because guess what? You can't force her.
She's one of those woke people.
That's
and
one
the DEI side that wants to give somebody preferential treatment as a detriment of others.
Guess what? She's more qualified than any Supreme Court justice on there.
I would beg to differ.
Look at her background.
I would beg to differ with you.
You can beg anything you want. Give me some facts to dispute what I'm saying. Now, let me finish my point.
Hey, wait. Point of order here, please. I have to make a pit stop real quick, or my bladder's going to first.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
gonna sign off. I'm gonna put myself out for
Okay.
just a second, but I guarantee.
Oh, yeah. You got to come back. You got to come back because this fight isn't over. Oh my goodness. So, ladies